Hello, 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 and welcome to the first episode of the Growing Mental Podcast. First thing I'd like to say before we even jump into it is the name Growing Mental is not meant to offend anyone. It's not meant to put anyone down. It's simply called Growing Mental because I have been having a serious struggle with my mental health for the last 2 years. 2020 tanked it, and then 2021 fucking buried it. So, yeah, we're gonna rock out, and I'm gonna take this as sort of an accountability podcast. This is a check-in podcast. Most importantly, this is, I'm hoping that through the lens of this, I will be able to, come back to some sort of, better self. And, that's no lie. Because it's been a rough road. It's been a very rough road. And I can't lie about that. It's not been great. So if you'd all stick with me, I'm sure we're going to do just fine. As we, check in with each other. Every week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST. You'll get to hear from me. You'll get to hear how I'm doing. You'll get to hear about what I'm doing. So, it's not, I'm trying to keep this a compact 30 minutes, but I just wanted to preamble that Growing Mental is not meant... The name Growing Mental is not meant to offend anyone. It's just a play on words for the saying Going Mental. Speaking of editing, once upon a time I was a YouTuber. I was a bit of a YouTuber. And this podcast will actually be available on YouTube. But I used to be a bit of a YouTuber. And I never learned to edit. So my solution to that, when I was younger, was to go back and re-record. Re-record everything. I remember I was doing a Let's Play of Golden Sun. And I forgot to do commentary. So I had 2 ways to tackle it. So I forgot to do commentary. So I went back and played through the whole section again. Then I figured out, I can just post narrate this shit. I can just, record my audio after. So I'd play a bunch of the game and then come back later and record me faking like I'm playing. And I got tired of that, so I started being like, alright guys, this is a post commentary. But the point is, I didn't want to edit so bad, and I didn't want to learn to edit so bad, that I went to ridiculous lengths to not need to, ever. And, it sort of worked. It sort of worked. I mean, at one point I had a little viewer base. It was pretty good. Then I realized, to actually be successful, you gotta be able to at least do a little bit of editing. And I still can't to this day, which is why this is not a video podcast. Aside from me just not having a camera I'm comfortable with the quality of in order to use to make this. I know a little bit about audio editing. I can clean up the audio and make it hopefully sound crisp. Plus my mic is crisp now, so I shouldn't be too far a leap from having the quality that I desire. Which is great, and I love it. And it's perfect. So, that is why I'm doing this. That is why I'm doing this like this. Of course, it's always preferable for me to have somebody who's an expert at doing something like this. So, who knows? I eventually end up getting some revenue or something from this podcast. I go towards, somebody better than I doing this. audio editing thing. And I'm not fussed about that at all. Truly. Really not. So, what have I been up to lately? I've been getting into the TTRPG space a lot these days. A good amount. It's been sort of my safe place that I've retreated to during COVID. Getting to play different characters and explore different worlds. Escape from reality. TV shows aren't cutting it. Movies aren't cutting it. Anime cuts it most of the time. But I still needed another form of escape, so I got into TTRPGs 2 years ago in August. August 2019. And Jesus Christ, what timing I had, because my life went into got fucking dumpstered. That's a phrase I love. Something getting dumpstered is always so entertaining to me. I don't know why. Makes me feel better when I just say my mental health got dumpstered by 2020. So, but I hopped into TTRPGs and they've been a real saving grace. Man, I don't know what I'd be doing if I didn't have at least that to lean on, and sort of the community people. But I haven't. My social game is totally thrown out of whack. So I made one very fucking good friend over COVID. And shout out to Eshy. Seriously. Great friend that I made during COVID. But the rest of my social game is literally fucked. It's so bad. I don't even feel like a person trying to talk. And I'm like not willing to take chances. I joined the Discord for like chatting. And talking to people. And it's been, I think, 2 months since I joined it, and I haven't even text chatted in there. I feel like I've never interacted with another person in my life. So it's hard, you know. It's hard for me to like rebound. In 2020, I lost a lot of friends. To things we'll get into another time, but just, you know, it was nothing bad on my part. I'd have never chosen to end those friendships if you know. Oh shit! I'd have never chosen to end those friendships if shit didn't come up. And I think that's what's sort of most important. I was feeling very lonely and isolated during COVID, but for the periods of time that I would be playing TTRPGs, I would feel not only not alone, but also I wouldn't feel like me. My character didn't have the same problems that I, the person, have. So it was all very very good, very reassuring to just have that as a thing that I could fall back on, which I love. I do, truly do love it. It's great. I think everybody should get into some form of gaming, whether it be video games or TTRPGs. TTRPGs, I'm loving that they're coming back. Oh, and for those who don't know, TTRPG stands for Tabletop Role Playing Game. I think the most recognizable by far, and I don't think there's a question about it, really is Dungeons and Dragons. But you know, if you're in your mind, you're like, oh my god, you know, satanic panic sort of thing. It's no, man. It's a wonderful storytelling device with an escalating scale that lets you explore many, many forms of conflict. And I think the way to look at it is that you are just a group of people telling a story. And if your story happens to include Satan, I mean, no one has a right to tell you any fucking thing, man. That's your story. That's what you and your friends want to chat about and, you know, base a story around. You're never wrong for that. A story's a story. So that's what I've been up to lately. As for God, yeah, social game out of way. Social game out of way. I'm also a writer. At least I try to be a writer. I try to be. I'm trying to be a writer. It's been a dream of mine for a long time to have a book, and I published a book in 2019 when shit started to go wrong. It was a short read on Kindle, but while the book is complete shit, I'm sorry, past me. I am fucking sorry. Garbage. Get fucking dunked on. That book deserves to be dumpstered, but I'm not getting rid of it. That book deserves to be dumpstered, but the feeling of having a book in your hand that has your name on it, a physical book, I mean, because I ordered a test copy to be like, okay, let me see how this is going to look. The feeling of having a physical book in your hand with your name on it it's a certain kind of joy and a certain kind of pleasure that I think few people truly experience. And the idea of being an author will always be so fucking intoxicating to me. Just as it is. It's so, if I can make my living that way, I would, and I'm trying to. I just gotta get my shit together. Which is, right now, I'm a barely functioning human being, and I hope to be a semi-functioning human being. I'll never be a fully functional human being. Got a lot of shit holding me back from that. But, I'm going to be attempting to write more in the coming days. Absolutely. I think I'm really good in the short read sort of space, air. I want to focus on, doing like a chapter or two at a time and publishing and, slowly amassing the pages needed to get a big novel together. Because I think the aspiration, if you ever, especially growing up, if you ever decide to be a sort of author, it's always, you're going to write a novel. Boy. Writing a novel is fine, right? Until you try to undertake it. Controversially, I think controversially for maybe the writing space, I think your first book is always going to be the worst. Even if you spent years on your first book, if you spend 15 years on your first book, I still believe that out of all the books you could possibly create, that is going to be your worst. That might seem like sacrilegious, no man, if I put in the time and the work to get this book done, then, I'm going to make sure it's great. I think there's too much focus on making something great before you really sort of dive in and actually just do the damn thing. I don't think you should even think about the first book necessarily that hard. I think you have an idea and you run with it, right? And even if it's just a decent idea, but you want to write to it, just write. Because I think, from my own experiences with writing, that first book, man, once you write the first book, I think something changes fundamentally with your writing and how you view writing and how you are going to continue to write in the future, what adjustments you might make in the future. Just simply off of, you have that first achievement, and you've gone through the process to make your book as best it can be. And you've also fully explored an idea, which I think a lot of people who sort of plan out, an outline's cool and all, but when you actually flesh out that outline and fully explore that idea, you are going to feel a different way, I think, in most cases, about your writing and the stories you want to tell than you even thought before. So it's always good to, continue to consume media, of course. Absolutely continue to consume medium. If you have no music, you have a hard time finding music, continue to watch shows that you love and watch movies and just take in new content continuously, because that'll keep the creative juices going and flowing in your brain. And that will feed into being able to write and preventing writer's block and really forcing yourself to, get a new clue about what you want to do in the creation space. It's what I try to do, and it usually helps. So I've got a lot of ideas in my back pocket. I have a lot of ideas because I'm sort of the ideas guy. I'm a big idea guy. I actually think as a solo act, because I used to be I was a co-writer for years, which I enjoyed having. I really enjoyed having writing partners, but I would mostly take sort of the backseat role and then give 1,000 ideas for given 1,000 ideas for the story, and then at least 7 ideas for for any conflict that might come up. I basically took the role of like, okay, I'm gonna throw a bunch of ideas out here, and if you like it, and you use it, and if you don't, we don't. It was all good. It was all great. And so I find myself as the idea guy. And now I'm solo currently, and I want to look for a writing partner, but I'm just not sure, I've been burned twice. I've been burned twice when it comes to writing partners. So it seems like weirdly, I'm like, man, I gotta get back on the fucking horse. This is bullshit. I think it's where I best operate, and I love collaboration. I fucking love collaboration. So much. So much. And I think I always will. I reckon I always will. Because it's just, it's good. Working with other people feels good. To me. In a really visceral way. So there's never a time I will not find pleasure in collaborating and talking with another person and sharing ideas and basically being in a sort of, I guess, a writer's room, even though I've never been in one for like a show or like a big scale project. And it all feels good. It all feels good. So I'm hoping that the idea guy can slowly shift something out himself, and then maybe find a new writing partner and get back to it. So I miss it. I miss writing consistently, and I kind of need someone to keep hold me to the mark, especially now. This whole fucking podcast is about. I was gonna say Comcast. For fuck's sake. This whole podcast is sort of about accountability for myself and making sure I get shit done, or at least some 5 things done per week. It's it's kind of it's what I want to do. It's what I want to do. So I don't actually have a pencil, so I'm going to be forced to do this next bit just on my computer, and I hope you're not going to hear me typing, because that'd be interesting. So we're gonna do some goals for this week. This next week that's coming. We're gonna do five goals. Next Wednesday is the 24th. Cool. But so goals for 11/17. Oh shit. Oh no, I got it. 11/17 to 11:24. I'm basically going to just choose 5 short goals, manageable goals that I can get done, and I will try to accomplish them, basically in time for next week. And I'll so another component to the podcast will be the roundup, in which case I sort of go over my goals and I say which ones I succeeded at and why. No, I'll tell you which ones I succeeded at and maybe a little bit about what I'm doing with those areas, and then if I failed any, I will tell you why, and maybe we'll explore that a little bit. Sort of dive deeper into the person that I am. And we'll go from there. We'll give it a shot, But I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow my get my mental health in a better place, and God, I need accountability. So I think my first goal, goal number 1. So goal number 1 is going to be what do they say? You need like 30 minutes of activity every day. So I think goal number 1 is just gonna be 30 minutes of exercises every single day, which there's 7 days in a week, so 7 times 3 210 minutes. 210 minutes, 60, so it's 2 hours, 2 hours, and, nope, 3 hours, okay, that's 18, there's 40 minutes of activity? Holy shit, you can tell I've been out of school for a while. College dropout, by the way. It's fucked up, but hey, what can you do? Fuck. So, 30 minutes of exercise every day. 30 minutes of exercise every day. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to accomplish that today, because I am fucking tired. I mean, Jesus. I got 3 hours of sleep and I'm not doing well. But today's the launch of the podcast, so I had to do it. Also, it is it is the 17th when I'm recording this. I'm planning to record this podcast sort of in the morning, and then it goes out at 1 p.m. EST, which I think is the best probably time for it to go out, to be honest. So 30 minutes of exercise every day. Goal number 2. I think writing a page a day would be pushing it. I know. That's 7 pages in a week. I know what you're thinking. You're like, what? A page a day is pushing it? I feel like it is. My brain is like not powered enough anymore. I used to bust out a page when I was in high school. I would bust out a page on the fucking bus ride home, which is like 15-20 minutes. I'm not even much older than that, but like my fucking brain is donezo. It's running on empty, and it's been running on empty for the last fucking 37 miles. And we still aren't even halfway there, like, jeez. So, I'm gonna say get at least 3 pages. 3 pages of writing done. Alright? 3 pages of writing done. for my second goal. My third goal... I'm already drinking fuck tons of water. Let's see. And for like 30 minutes of exercise, I'm not gonna measure my... Well, I'll personally like measure my weight and like probably have photos of how I look, but that's not something that's gonna come out for a long time. Because I'm not feeling great about my body. Body confidence is not high right now. I don't think it should be. I really don't think it should be. For me. Because I've let myself go to an unhealthy place, and, you know, I've had a habit of eating my feelings for years, and I need to deal with that. But ultimately, I want to leave this human husk behind, mostly intact, you know, and in good health, you know, sort of good condition. Potentially organ donate later on in life, but for that I have to, you know, I have to avoid heart disease, as my family is prone to, and shed the pounds and get back to being, you know, at least decent shape, which I'm not now, and I'm not proud of that. But hey, this is what this is for, partially to help me jump over the fucking hoops that my mental health has got me in. And I don't even know if I can come up with 5, but 3. I just talked here for 30 minutes. So 30 minutes. 30 minutes in a social Discord channel. 30 minutes in a social Discord channel. I'll put parentheses talking, because I feel like even if I spend 30 minutes listening to people chat away, I will feel good that I at least did that. You know, it'll feel like progress. So, we have number 1, 30 minutes of exercise every day. 2, 3 pages of writing done. 3, 30 minutes in a social Discord channel. Parentheses talking. As sort of an optional thing. 4. You know, I do love D&D, so I don't know, I feel like planning a campaign though is just like, it's more sort of a bit extra. It's a bit of extra writing. And I want these goals to sort of certainly be different. If I'm going to be writing... I have to like force myself to watch TV shows now, which is crazy to think, because I love TV shows more than anything on this earth right now. At least I used to. So I think the thing I think I want to... Okay. Sorry. Audition for 5 audio projects. I've been auditioning here and there, but time to make a concerted effort to, like, make it a consistent thing. I'm in 5. It sounds silly, but, like, just watching something for my mental health. Maybe. Could be a thing that's worth the time investment. So, 30 minutes of exercise every day, 3 pages of writing done, 30 minutes in a social Discord channel, audition for 5 audio projects, and what is 5? I think 5 will just be, you know what, yeah. Clean pile of crap Out of my room. I've just kind of been staring at it. It's fucked up. I'm kind of letting it fall by the wayside. Just take it out, man. I look at it and I just keep thinking, you know, another day, another day, another day, another day. And never reached that point. So I'm going to add it officially to the list, and it's got to be done by next week. It's got to be done by next week, and if it doesn't happen, I'll tell you something. I'll be like, man, it's fucked up. So, our final list for the week of November 17th, 2021 to November 24th, 2021 is 1. 30 minutes of exercise every day. 2. 3 pages of writing, just in general, by the end of that week. 3. 30 minutes in a social Discord channel. You know, listening, sort of vibing, maybe talking. That's a fucking astronomical ask. 4. Audition for 5 audio projects. This is something I feel I can do with confidence. 5. Clean pile of crap out of my room. It's gotta be done. It's gotta be done sometime. Can't keep pushing it off. And I won't. If I truly want this to be an accountability thing. So, you know, hop in the comments. If you got, you know, and it doesn't have to be 5. It could be 2. Or even 1 thing you want to get done by the next time we meet each other along the old dusty trail. Just lay something out for yourself and we'll see. We'll see. If you comment, I'll see you. I'll see you and I'll be like, did you do that thing from last week? And if you got any questions, yeah, might as well shoot them. Doesn't matter to me. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this sort of this pilot episode of Growing Mental, and I hope you'll be back for the next one. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.